Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Tornadus Therian form. It is a fantastic Pokemon, really huge special attack at base 110, pretty good attack stat as well at base 100, so it can pull off some physical moves as well, and a really gigantic stat of speed at 121, as well as having access to Regenerator, which is a fantastic ability. I mean, you can switch it out and get a third of your health back at the end of every possible turn. Before we get started today, if you just scroll down, click that like button and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Only about 20% of people watching my videos have subscribed. If everyone that watched the video in a day, we would increase by about 400 subscribers, which would be absolutely fantastic. So, Tornadus Therian form. Absolutely fantastic. I've got 4 sets for you today. First set being a choice spec set. So we've got choice specs, we've got Regenerator as our ability. That'll be an ability for all 4 of these because it's the only ability it gets. Move-wise, Hurricane, powerful flying type attack, boosted by Stab, and has the secondary effect of confusing a Pokemon. The only downside is that it hasn't got the best accuracy unless you're running it in a rain team. If you're running it in a rain team, it will be 100% accurate in the rain. And that can combine really nicely with Weather Ball, which Weather Ball will change its type based on the weather, so water type for rain, fire type for sun, ice type for hail, and then ground type, I believe, for sandstorm. So it works very nicely, Weather Ball there. It might be rock type actually. I think it's rock type for sandstorm. But yeah, you can use Weather Ball in a variety of different weathers as well, so not just being restricted necessarily to the rain team. But the rain team probably works best for this because of the Hurricane being 100% accurate in the rain. Next move we've got is Focus Blast, a powerful fighter type attack. It hits a lot of different Pokemon, including things like ice types and rock types, which you are weak to both of those, so it can do a lot of damage and cause a lot of problems for different Pokemon. And finally we have Psychic as a powerful just psychic type attack and can hit things like fighting types and also things like poison types as well, which can be a bit of a pain in the butt. EVs, I've gone for max special attack and max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now, as I've gone for the choice specs here, I probably would always go for the timid nature, make sure we've got as much speed as possible. If you decided to go for the choice scarf instead of the choice specs, I would go for a modest nature instead, but I think the choice specs work slightly better. If you start losing your health, you have got nice natural defenses, I mean you should be able to live a hit or two. You can use the Regenerator to get a third of your health back by switching into a different Pokemon. And that can also combine really nicely if you need to switch out because the choice specs are just not working for you anymore because a different Pokemon has come in. Moving on to the second Tornadus Therian set I've gone for a heavy duty boots set. Now, you'll see heavy duty boots on a lot of Tornadus Therians because they do commonly come in to click defog to get rid of any hazards. Again, Regenerator, I've put Hurricane on here. Now, if you don't want to go for Hurricane, you can go for Air Slash as a secondary alternative. It is weaker, but it does hit more often. So that can work nicely for you as an alternative if you don't want to go for the Hurricane. We've then got Knockoff, so we're going for kind of a combination set this time. Knockoff gets rid of items on different Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon become a lot less scary without their item. So, for example, things like Choice Spec Scarf or Band can become a lot less problematic when they are not holding them. You've then got U-Turn. This allows you to be able to get out very quickly, also doing chip damage to different Pokemon and potentially breaking things like sashes. It can also give you some knowledge sometimes. So for example, if a Pokemon's just come in and you want to scout if it's got a scarf on it, you can click U-Turn. You can potentially go first, meaning that it might not be scarfed. If you go second, it could be scarfed, and that allows you to get some damage on it, and 2, then have the knowledge that that could be scarfed or not scarfed. Then finally, I have Defog on this set. Defog to get rid of any hazards. Honestly, this is something that is very common on Tornadus Therian, just to get rid of hazards in general, because they can be a real pain and they can start wiping through your team, especially if a lot of hazards have been stacked on the field. EVs, there are a couple of ways of running this. You can go max HP, max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack. Now, you don't have to go for timid nature. If you want to kind of make advantage of the knockoff and the U-turn, you could always go for something like a hasty nature with more speed and less defense, and then have 4 EVs in the special defense. You could also go for potentially a max HP, max defense in this one, or max HP, max special defense. But I think most likely you're going to want to go for that fast, bulky support, allowing for you to take some hits and be able to help out your team by getting that knock off, getting that U-turn, getting that defog off. And you have still got that attacking move if need be. Moving on to the next Tornadus Therian, we have got Defog, Tailwind, Taunt, and Hurricanes. Defog, as I said, getting rid of hazards. Hazards are very common and very problematic. They can limit the amount of switches you make. Again, put heavy duty boots on here. You could go for things like leftovers if you wanted to, but that's up to you. Tailwind allows you to double the speed of your team for 4 turns. You can then switch out and get a slower Pokemon in, so it's going to be faster, allowing for it to outspeed different Pokemon. So, for example, Conkeldurr, very slow naturally, but if you get that Tailwind on, it's going to outspeed a lot more Pokemon. We've then got Taunt, which can stop Pokemon from setting up, for example. A lot of Pokemon do like to, for example, Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, Nasty Plot, which can be very difficult to get over, especially if they set up more than one of them. So Taunt can stop that from happening. And then we've got Hurricane again, powerful flying type attack, that boosted by Stab, hits for a lot of damage. Again, you could go for Air Slash if you don't want to go for the accuracy issues, or you could go for something like U-turn again for the reasons that I discussed earlier. EV's got max HP and max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. This one, definitely fast bulky support is your best option here. It allows for you to be as fast as possible and also get that defog or that tailwind or that taunt off, possibly even when you're going to go down, so you're outspeeding so many different Pokemon. The things you do have to worry about with these kind of sets is Tapu Koko and Regieleki. Those are probably the 2 most common ones that you're going to have to worry about because obviously very strong electric type Pokemon there. Moving on to our final Tornadus Therian set. Now I've gone for a Dynamax set here. We have got a red card on here, meaning that it forces the opposing Pokemon to switch out when they hit you with a move. You could also go for something along the lines of Life Orb. You could go for any kind of berry. You could go leftovers. Even heavy duty boots are still an option. Lots of different things here. And move-wise, we've got Sludge Wave, turns into Max Ooze, increasing up our special attack by 1 stage. Air Slash, which turns to Max Airstream, increasing up your speed by 1 stage. Could always go for Hurricane if you wanted to instead, but that's up to you. You've then got Dark Pulse, which is a powerful Dark type attack, just hits a variety of different Pokemon. I like Dark type moves because they typically have good coverage for neutral terms. Now, obviously, a lot of people don't like them because they don't have many super effective points with, I think, just hitting Ghost for super effective and Psychic, but they can be neutral on the vast majority of Pokemon. So that's why I like running Dark types. Dark type moves, and then we've got Heat Wave, which is a powerful fire type move and can also set up the Sun in scenarios if you are Dynamax. So for example, if you're running a Sun team for any reason, you could potentially use that to your advantage. EVs, max special attack, max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Could always go for the modest nature here. It's up to you personally and what your team is looking like, what you decide to go for here. Anyways, that is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I will see you soon.